Hey folks, Mav's Dad here with another watch review. This is actually going to be a comparison review between the #1 and #2 best-selling watches on Amazon, and you guessed it, they're both Seikos. And this is not going to be a shootout review or one watch is better than the other, just simply a comparison between the two different models. Now looking at the watch boxes, you couldn't tell one was bigger than the other because the watch boxes are the exact same size. So let's take a look at this one first. This is going to be the SNZG15. This is going to be the bigger one. And then you have on this side, you have the SNK809. This is its baby brother. Let's go ahead and take these things out and we'll take a look at these. Now, as part of the unboxing, there are a couple differences in the boxes themselves, mainly what's inside. Inside the big brother, the SNZG15, you have a real simple manual here. This is not your typical Seiko manual. I mean, basically it's just watch instructions, and that's pretty much it. I didn't see any warranty or registration manual in this box, which was a little surprising. All right, so there's that one. Now, when you bring out the SNK809, typical Seiko stuff. A new manual. This is basically your registration manual. And then your normal Seiko watch manual. And this is, of course, has the warranty card and all that stuff in it too. So a little bit different. They're probably changing up things over at Seiko so far as their manuals and all that other kind of mundane stuff. The watch pillars are the same. Everything else is basically the same. Just a couple differences in the manuals and registration stuff you get. All right, so let's take these off. All right, now, these are two vastly different watches, even though they're related. Okay, so what I'll do is on the left-hand side, I'll put all of the SNK809 specs, and on the right-hand side, I'll put the SNZG15 specs. So let's start with the little brother here. You're looking at about $50 on Amazon. They come in multiple different colors, and I'll put all of those links in the description field for the different colors for you. You have a 37mm case, which is kind of a small case size. You have a nylon band. It's an 18mm band. This is waterproof to 30 meters, which is about 98 feet. So this is definitely not a diver, that's for sure. You don't want to go diving with this or anything like that. Basically, it's kind of splash proof. I mean, you can go into a swimming pool with it, but I would not recommend pulling out the crown or anything. This is the #1 selling watch on Amazon right now. I mean, I can see why. I mean, it's a very well-made watch. It's an automatic. It's a Seiko. It's, you know, it's a decent-looking watch. It's a little bit small for my size, but I can see why it's #1. I mean, it's a really good value for the money. This has the 7S26 movement in it. It's non-windable and non-hackable, and it has a 40-hour power reserve. So that's basically what you're looking at for the SNK809. Like I said, I mean, it's a great looking watch. It also has a see-through case back, which I really like. I like see-through case backs. You can just see the movement inside, see the rotor turning around. And I know some people get kind of irritated if I don't try these on. So let me go ahead and try this thing on, and I'll show you how small it is. I mean, it's really small. I mean, it's 37mm, so kind of what did you expect? There you go. I mean, it's comfortable, but it's just too small for me. The day and date window, surprisingly, they're actually really legible, even though this is a small watch, which I like. So there you go. So there's the baby brother on the wrist. Again, #1 selling watch on Amazon as of this video. Of course, that could change. So we'll put that one over here. And then we'll look at the big brother, which is the SNZG15. So there you go. I mean, you can tell the size difference right up front. If you look at the two, there you go. Okay. So definitely a size difference between 37 and 42. I mean, it's only 5mm, but you wouldn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it definitely does. So now let's go over the specs of the SNZG15. All right, you're looking at about $105. Which is a pretty dramatic price drop over the last couple weeks. These things were normally about $150. 42mm case, 22mm nylon band. This is 100 meters waterproof, which is 330 feet. This is the number 2 selling watch on Amazon. This has the bigger 7S36 movement in it, and it has a 43-hour power reserve as opposed to the 40-hour power reserve of the SNK809. Again, no screw down crown. This is also non-hackable and non-windable. So let's do the comparison portion of the review, okay? One thing I did find interesting, if you look at the chapter rings of the 2 different watches, the SNK809 basically has a hour, kind of like an hour chapter ring with the 5, 10, 15, 20. The SNZG has it has Arabic numerals 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the hours, but it also has a 24-hour marking on the inside chapter ring, which I found interesting. Another glaring difference is the crown. The crown on the SNZG15 is at 3 o'clock, and the SNK809, it's at 4 o'clock. Why this is, I have no idea. No clue why they did that. The water resistance is another huge factor. You're looking at 30 meters here and 100 meters here. I don't know why there's a big difference in waterproofness on these 2 different models. I'm not quite sure. So far as the actual watch face it goes, the SNZG15 has more depth to it, as you can probably really tell by the video. It has a lot more depth to it. The hour markings are really applied. They're not so much screen printed like they are on the smaller watch. The Seiko 5, the number 5, is applied on both models, as well as the Seiko logo itself. Those are both applied, which that gives you some depth to the watch face. Of course, you have your second hand with the red tip on it, your hour and your minute hands, and you have a day and date function. Those are the main differences. Both have non-movable bezels. These are not dive watches, so you're not going to see dive markings on the bezels. But really just the main differences are in the watch face itself, what information is on the watch face. You're looking at hour markings as opposed to military time, the 12, 24. You're looking at, that's the main difference on this one, as well as the location of the crown. Now, of course, both of these have non-screw down crowns, like I said before, and if you're going to go in the water with these, you definitely want to keep that crown pushed in. You don't want to pull it out. On the back of each one, really not much difference. I mean, they both have really cool see-through case backs, which I really love a see-through case back. They're both screw down case backs. But that's really about it. I mean, you have the typical Seiko markings on the case back, which give you waterproofness and also gives you the model number of the movement. But those are the main differences between these 2. And again, my main difference that I really prefer is just the size of the SNZG15. It's just a bigger watch. I like the legibility on both of them. They're both very legible, very readable. And let's look at the thickness real quick here. Thickness, and I'll put that up on the screen. I'm not sure what it is offhand, but there's definitely a thickness variation between the 2. But if you look at the bezels are the exact same. They're non-movable. So, comfortable nylon strap. It's kind of like a canvasy type of strap. It's not made out of canvas, but it has that canvas feel to it. And folks, that's really about it between the 2, the differences between the 2. They're both 21 jewel automatics, and that's really about it. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything, if I forgot to tell you anything important about them. That's about it, folks. So if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. I have a whole bunch of new subscribers lately, and I really appreciate that. I've also launched MavsDadsWatchReviews.com, and I'll put a link in the description field down at the bottom, as well as a link at the bottom of this video for you to take a look at that. And that's about it. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to put those in the comments section. I'll answer those questions as best I can, as fast as I can. And I mean, I like both of them, but if I was going to keep one, I would definitely keep the SNZG15, just because it's just overall a bigger watch. And I think this SNK809 would just look a little too dainty on my wrist. But if you have a young kid, a teenager, a girlfriend or a wife that just wants a really simple entry-level automatic, the SNK809 would be a great watch. And an entry-level automatic for a guy, the SNZG15. I mean, you just can't go wrong. They're Seikos. They're great watches. They'll last forever. And that's about it. So until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.